Welcome to OGS Mechanics Workshop. Here we fix all type of cars, electric cars, combustion engine cars. Follow me for interesting jobs from our workshop translated in videos. In the workshop today, another BMW, an interesting one. This is a F chassis, F31 actually, with the B38 engine. Quite a lot of issues on this particular engine, but the one that we're gonna fix today, it is a timing chain. And we want to start from what you can hear to what we're gonna see on the diagnostics to what we're gonna find when we're gonna strip it. So first of all, let's hear it, because this is the first symptom as a driver you will notice without any diagnostic machine, without any stripping. If you pay attention, you know the time comes for a chain replacement. So this car has been stood for a few days, but usually even if you leave it overnight, you'll be able to experience this noise on the first cold start. You're gonna hear a rattling for a few seconds, and then it quiets down. So we left this car sitting for a few days, and now we're gonna start it for the first time. Let's see how noisy is the chain and how soon it's gonna quieten down, if it's gonna quiet down completely. So can we have it started, please? And just ignition on. Actually, let's give it another start. Right. So I hope we picked it up quite good, because at the beginning there was quite a loud clank. That was from the chain being stretched. The way we see it is a chain that is being stretched, and then it was hitting against the wall on the cavity where it's fitted. On this particular engine, the chain is located at the back between the engine and the transmission. Only way to access it is by removing the transmission or the engine. What we're going to choose today is to take the engine out. Also, another important aspect, when we run a diagnostic, we've seen a fault that it kind of takes us to a chain. So the 130 F20, I hope you can get a good glimpse of it. So exhaust camshaft and crankshaft implausible with each other angular offset outside of tolerance range. Now, what happens when the timing chain wears out, gets slackened, the timing goes out of sync, and this is another symptom that we obviously have an issue there, and we have to address it. But first of all is the noise on the cold start. So what we're gonna do now, car goes in the workshop, the engine comes out, and then we have to dig to see exactly what is the rattling and how far the timing is out. Let's go in the workshop, lads. Okay, let's put it in there. Take the engine out. Still noisy. Oh my god. Now it doesn't stop. Yesterday it stopped for a bit, but now it doesn't stop. So, and we also misfire. So the fix will be, not the fix. The next step will be to take off the engine to access the chain, and then we're going to make the full assessment of the repair. Okay, Ben, engine down. Yeah? Okie dokie. So once we have, we've taken the gas already, from the aircon, so the gas is off. We start stripping to have the engine out on the bench. All the wiring to be disconnected, cooling, exhaust. Let's get on. We're just at the stage to take the engine out. Does it go the other way? Yeah. Yeah, I think clear. Bring it up. We have left the gearbox first off because it's much easier like that, and we don't struggle to disconnect it. So we're just going to take the engine out. We have previously removed the gearbox while it was on the ramp. Yeah. We have some leak in here. Yeah, we're going to address that. Yeah, so now is the time to get into the other workshop, put it on stand, strip it all to get to the timing chain, and then we'll see what's hiding in there. How's the clutch? Yeah, it's also a good time to do the clutch, because when it's wear like that and the grooves are no longer visible, that's the time to replace it. So it is the time now with this dismantling. Flywheel looks good so far. Yeah, we'll see. Now with the engine on the bench, we have already stripped components to access the timing. The sump, this is the oil sump, and then this is the cover that literally covers the back of the engine, the chain area. Now in here gets bolted the gearbox. This is the reason that we need to have the engine off in order to access the timing. Now also we have undone the injectors, glow plugs, spark plugs, and all the wiring to get to our timing chain area and have it inspected. Now we have also found a couple of problems. Main one, this engine, it has a variable valve timing, and in here there's an actuator that runs on the hydraulic pressure. Now this particular one on the exhaust camshaft, it seems that doesn't operate correctly. If we see, it's like deep in comparing to this other one. The travel is much bigger on this one, so it looks like the sprocket also has to be replaced. However, we also notice one thing: we lock the crankshaft in position with this special tool, and this is the other tool that we have to lock the camshaft when the timing is set. Now this should go in easily and it should lock the cam. However, it does not. So we have the timing, we know for certain is out, we know the sprocket is defective, so we've got a list of parts. Once we get them, we're gonna install the timing and then put everything back together. One more component that is very common on those engines to fail, it is the turbocharger. Now on this turbocharger, oh, it's leaking oil. This turbocharger, what is obvious, this area is wet, and we've inspected the exhaust ports and they are all dry, and this is an indication, see, even from the engine. So because those are dry but the exhaust side is wet, this tells us the gases that they go out from the engine are dry, so free of excess oil, and this turbo is defective. We have to replace it. At the same time, we didn't necessarily had complain about excessive smoke. Obviously the engine was running very bad, so but that also have to be replaced along with the timing chain. This sprocket for definite needs. We have to see whether we're going to replace the intake one, but we've got a shopping list. We have to get the parts and then everything back installed. We have all the parts that we needed, at least for the timing side, where we replace both chains, the tensioners, the guides, and also the sprocket for the exhaust manifold, together with the valve for the VANOS unit. BMW has two systems on the camshaft, VANOS and Valvetronic. VANOS are those with sprockets that advance and retard the camshaft to get a better fuel efficiency and performance. And also the Valvetronic, here is another shaft that works on the inlet side, and basically what this shaft does, again on certain revs, let the valve opens more. So the travel of the valve, it's longer, make it easier to get air inside the engine. Now the timing is up now, and we see the crankshaft locked in place with the tool. Camshafts are locked in place, chain installed. Now we are certain the timing is set up correctly, and we are ready to install the other parts, which is the rear cover that is going to be sealed with silicone, and it has to come right here. We're going to pay attention to the crankshaft oil seal. Those are so sensitive, those type of oil seals. Have to make sure that we're going to install correctly. That cam cover, we're going to put a new gasket. We're going to go on, and then also the sump, we're going to give it a good clean. So we have the timing set up correctly. Now is the moment that all the components go back in the engine, and soon we're going to have the engine ready to go back on a car, but still a bit work to do. So let's get on. All the components now are back in place. We installed all the covers. We also replaced the turbocharger. Turbocharger had an oil consumption. It was quite wet in here, so this is now been replaced. See, in here it should be dry. The fact that it's wet indicates the turbo is defective. And here also dry, so these are the ports coming from the cylinder head. Here dry, but here wet indicates the turbo failure. Now, those are some of the parts. Engine is together with a sump, flywheel, all ready to go on the car to have a BMW that is going to drive smooth. So let's get on with it. Oh. Gents, are we ready to land the Eagle? Yeah. Come on. Harry, you going to drop it down? Yeah. Yeah, it's about right. Okay. Yeah. So we're putting just the engine now, and afterwards, when the engine is in situ, we're gonna connect the gearbox. All good my end. Yeah. Far from yeah, drop it. I'm fine here. Okay. That side is okay. Hold on, up a little bit. Yeah, okay, that's fine. I'm okay here, Ben. How are you there? No. Exactly, we have to push. Oh. Go on. Go on. Go on. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yes. Sweet. As a nut. All good here now, yeah? So what's the plan? We're going to put all the components and then the last thing, the gearbox?
Yeah. Gearbox, we're going to run the wires.
The wire.
The wire into
the... Okay. And then we lift it up and go on. Sounds like a plan. Let's get on. Okay, so still have to bleed the cooling. Yeah. We're going to scan it. We have quite a lot of errors, but this is from the beginning where we have timing errors, misfire. So we should clear all of them, and then on a startup hopefully we should have no more errors and we should have the engine running nice and smooth. Yeah, let's get it started. Yes, hopefully no rattling. Yeah, sounds very good. Sounds very good. Did you Oh, okay, probably the the VANOS kicks in.
Yeah.
We are going to take it in a drive test now. I mean, everything seems to be all right for the few minutes that we had it running here. We're gonna set off in a quick test and then have it back checked, and if all good, we're gonna take it on the motorway. Sounds good. Now it's time for the BMW to roll, and it actually sounds quite good. Fuel reserve. That's not an error code. We cannot repair that in the workshop. Feels good. Noisy. No noisy. It's absolutely the way it should be. It's good under acceleration. I can feel the power. It's actually quite nippy for a 1.5. BMW, they built this B38 engine on a wide range of power output, starting from probably about 130 brake horsepower, and I think there's one about even 240, so quite maxed out from a 1.5. But the engine is yeah, it's running as it should. I no suspecting noises, absolutely fine. Power is there, so probably at this stage, next thing is a longer road test, and just to double check that everything feels good. I'm just paying attention on a takeoff because that's where you can spot noises or lack of power. So basically on the low revs, all the gears on the low revs, when there's a bit of load on it, that feels good. Because on this one we also replaced the turbocharger, and after replace we have adapted. Basically from two turbocharger we made one. It was a way to save money. So customer had purchased a second-hand turbocharger. We kept the body from one and put a cartridge from another one. But feels good. So we are getting ready with the BMW to wrap it up. I'm happy the way it performs. So tip top. Now let's recap the story on the BMW B38 1.5 petrol, which it had quite significant issues with noisy. It was also smoking. We partially rebuilt this engine, had it out. We found a problem on the timing. Chain was slackened. Camshaft adjuster was faulty. We also noticed a turbo issue where it was burning a lot of oil. Now all those things, they've been rectified now. The car is ready to go back on the road. We're just going to give you one more cold start to hear it, but it sounds good, nice and sweet. And he also drives very well. So we are ready to wrap up. This was the video from the workshop with the BMW. If you like it, and stay close for more video from the workshop. Bye for now, and see you soon.